What is going on, everybody? This is Jason McCullough, music for my sanity. Breathe. Anyways, guys, so man, what has been going on lately? I think everybody's stressometer is just pinging, or is it pinging this way? Whichever way, it's pinging in the red. Man, it just kind of brings to light. Social media can be a wonderful thing, right? It really connects all of us instantaneously. That can be for better or worse. So we got to be really careful about what we do on social media and what we post. I'm absolutely guilty of it. More times than I'm happy. More times than I'd like. I'm totally guilty of speaking out of turn, maybe, or saying things that just didn't maybe translate properly. I heard them one way in my head, they came out wrong. You know, the person on the other side is reading things differently because you know they have their own internal dialogue when they're reading text. So, but that kind of brings me to kind of what I just want to talk about really quick. So, you know, with all the negativity in the world and all of the instant explosions of negativity, something we all have to realize, man, is the human psyche is drawn to negative energy, negative power, and negative things. It actually, there is I don't know if it's dopamine or what, but there's a pleasure chemical in your body that gets released, and it's in a way it's kind of addicting. You know, like people that run get the runner's high. You know, when the endorphins kick in, things like that. But you know, social media has that same positive feedback loop. It's geared to be that way. It is geared to manipulate you into constantly having to be attached and connected. I'm totally guilty of it. And after I took a couple of days away, it was only 2 days, but I'll tell you what, man, it really, just at those 2 days of me not reacting, not looking at anything on Facebook or YouTube, and really trying to just back myself off of it because, you know, there's a lot of negative stuff going around. So, but I think there's something that a lot of us forget. The world's a big place. The internet makes it feel like we're all in the same room, in Facebook especially. It makes it feel like we are all right next to, you know, literally right next to each other, having these conversations, arguments, debates, sharing these opinions and sharing these views. The reality is, the world is a huge place. Even just your state or wherever you might live, your city is huge. There's way more people that really aren't going to give a shit about what the hell's going on and what drama's going on Facebook or YouTube or whatever like that. You know, they're really not going to care about that drama stuff because, you know what, when you take yourself away from it and you look at it from the outside, you know, and you look at it, you go, wow, man, why am I so emotionally invested in that? Why am I so caught up in trying to maintain a status? Because so much gets lost in translation. So much gets lost in between because while we are constantly communicating, we aren't actually having interpersonal relations. We aren't reading that person's body language. We're not reading that person's tone of voice. Their delivery, we don't get to have that feedback that we really do need. So unfortunately, we're almost trapped in our own brains. We're reading this stuff, we're reading the news, watching the news, we're getting all this, but it stops in here. And we are really being wired and manipulated to react. That way we stay on that device, we stay on the computer, we stay on social media, and that way they can feed us more advertisements. Really what it is, it's all about advertising. That way we can feed them more of our personal information, and we can feed them more about what makes us tick. That way they can learn how to sell us I don't know, a grande latte a little bit better, or a pair of socks. Seriously, like a fucking pair of socks. Really, sometimes we all got to back off of this stuff. We got to get away from social media, and you got to look at the world around you. It's so easy to forget how good you probably have it. It's so easy to forget because of some stupid ass thing going on, man, that has, in the grand scheme of things, should not have a massive impact on your daily life. Now, I totally internalize a lot of this stuff, man. I do take it personally, and I'm absolutely guilty of that. So believe me, that I'm not trying to speak as a hypocrite. I've been there, and I understand it's difficult. But I think a lot of times after we get through these trials, we find a few weeks later, maybe sometimes months, sometimes just a couple days, we do find that when we look back at it, we go, "Damn, man, that was stupid." Not saying like what you did was stupid, but just the whole situation was stupid, needless, rather pointless. It just never needed to happen, never needed to exist. So we have to really be careful and be mindful of not just how we are possibly attacking other people, not even that. I'm just talking about how we react, because that is the one thing you do have control over, is how you handle the world around you. Easier said than done. It especially now, again, that's the whole thing with social media and all this stuff. You can look at it almost like a massive psychology experiment, psychological mind control experiment. Because they do, I mean, they're using insane amount of science to figure out the things that are going to work, and they can really pinpoint almost, on a very, very controlled population base, who's going to react to what, and what's going to sell this, what's going to sell that, what's going to get your attention longer. So what I'm actually saying is control yourself, your reactions, so that you can find your own peace, so that you can be happy, so that you can step away from it all and go, holy shit, look at the rest of this. This is great. This is all pretty good. And that stuff will still be there, man. It'll still be there. It'll fade. Yeah, because that's part of the For My Sanity idea, is that this shit will drive you batshit crazy. You will lose your freaking mind. You can't win. You can't. When it comes to social media and trolls and internet arguments, things like that, you'll never win. You will never win. You're never going to convince somebody that has their mind set on how they are wrong, because they aren't, for the most part, I'm not going to say never, but I'm saying 99% of the time, because their brain is already, they don't want to hear what you have to say. And the only thing, if they do, they only want to hear it because they think they can shoot it down. They're not trying to find out something new. Most people don't want to learn new things about themselves, especially about themselves. They don't want to learn that maybe they fucked up. They don't want to learn about maybe they made some bad choices, bad decisions. They don't want to learn that maybe this thing that they believed for so long, like, well, I'll just say it point blank. If you're a racist, you're wrong. If you're a bigot, you're wrong. If you think any of your personal beliefs need to apply to me, you're wrong, and you can go fuck yourself. So anyways, but all those things, right? So that's self-affirmation right there for you. Yeah, so, you got to take care of all this stuff. You got to take care of your mental health. And social media, as fun and as much as we feel we need it, you got to take a break every once in a while. You got to take a look around and remember what really matters in your life, to you and to your family and to your friends, and get a new perspective. Just get away from it for a bit. And this is, by the way, this isn't directed at anybody. Yeah. So take care of yourselves. Get off of this thing. Stop watching my video. The two of you that might. and think, does this shit really matter? Do I need to give my 2 cents? Do I need to escalate this quite literally virtual reality fight? Do I need to let this jackass get under my skin? Do I need to let that jackass get under my skin? Do I have to let that dipshit piss me off because he made some stupid ass comment, and then I'm gonna get all self-righteous and type all over it? Do we really need to do that? What is gonna gain? You're just gonna get emotionally involved, emotionally invested, and that guy's probably gonna fuck with you, and just to make your day a little worse, other than just seeing what because mostly when people say stuff like that, either they're ignorant as shit, or they're doing it just to piss people off. I'm like, I'll start typing. I do this. I'll start typing. Then I'll go, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I going to accomplish with this? Nothing. And who is this guy that they should matter to me? Are they anybody at all that should matter to me? No, they're not. They are nobody that affects my life on a daily basis outside of this stupid ass virtual world. Take a mental health holiday from all this crap sometimes. Every once in a while, man. Take a day or two away from it all. Anyways, that's it, man. I just wanted to rant and ramble a little bit about some goings on. You know, about everybody take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and don't let this stuff, don't react so much. Don't let this stuff get so far under your skin, because you're always going to end up, there will never be a good resolution to any online conflict. There just isn't. So anyways, cheers everybody. And again, my name is Jason McCullough, and this is all music for my sanity.